I never thought I'd be that guy, the one who second-guessed every friendly smile in the neighborhood. But that all changed the morning I found a slur etched into the side of my car. A word I hadn't heard since high school. 5 thick, uneven letters, all caps, scratched so deep into the metal it looked like they'd used a key, or maybe a knife. I just stood there, coffee in hand, heart hammering. My brain couldn't catch up to what my eyes were telling me. It was 6:42 a.m., early enough that the cul-de-sac was still asleep. Birds chirping, sprinklers hissing, and my white Toyota Camry, a car I worked 2 jobs to buy back in the day, was now branded with the word wetback. My mouth went dry. My skin burned. I took a step back, thinking maybe I was hallucinating. Maybe it was some random vandalism. Maybe it wasn't meant for me. But this was Maple Grove, a place where nothing happened randomly. Let me back up. I'm Daniel. I'm 36, quiet by nature, born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. My parents are both immigrants. Dad came from Jalisco in '78, worked in construction his whole life. Mom cleaned houses, then ran a taco truck. They taught me pride, hard work, and the value of keeping your head down and pushing forward. I went to college, studied information systems, and after years of late nights and unpaid internships, I landed a steady remote job in cybersecurity. A few promotions later, I was able to move out of my one-bedroom apartment and buy my first house in the suburbs. Maple Grove looked perfect on paper. Good schools, low crime, lots of parks, and a community Facebook page full of bake sales and Halloween photos. It was overwhelmingly white, but everyone waved. Kids played basketball in their driveways. People walked golden retrievers and watered petunias and talked about property taxes like it was a sport. For a long time, I felt like I'd finally made it, until that morning, until I saw that word, until I realized that someone in this picture-perfect neighborhood didn't want me here. I called the police. Officer Thompson arrived 45 minutes later. A big guy, red hair, polite but stiff. He whistled when he saw the damage. "That's deep," he muttered. "You got any enemies, sir?" "None that I know of," I said. "Any exes? Arguments lately?" I shook my head. "I'm barely home. I work remote. I go to the gym, the store, and that's it. I don't bother anyone." He jotted something in his notepad. "Cameras?" he asked. "No, not yet." He nodded slowly. "I'll file the report, but might be hard to trace without footage." And that was it. He didn't even ask to check with the neighbors, didn't ask to canvass the street, just shrugged, handed me a case number, and left. I didn't go to work that day. I just sat in my living room, blinds drawn, staring at the front yard through the slits. Every dog walker, every mail truck, every jogger suddenly felt like a suspect. Had someone been watching me? Was it the guy who once made a joke at the HOA meeting about anchor babies? Or the woman who avoided eye contact whenever I passed her with a wave? Maybe it was the teen across the street, Jason, who once threw a beer can into my yard and said, "My bad, amigo," with a smirk. Or maybe it was someone I thought was actually friendly. Later that night, my sister Carla called. She lives an hour away and is much tougher than me. I didn't even want to tell her, but she could hear something in my voice. "Danny, what's wrong?" she asked. So I told her. She went silent for 5 full seconds. Then she said, "You need cameras, and you need to speak up." "I don't want drama," I muttered. "Daniel, this is drama. Someone vandalized your car and left a hate crime in your driveway. What, you think being quiet is going to make it go away?" She was right. The next morning, I posted in our neighborhood Facebook group, Maple Grove Families. It was the kind of group that usually discussed lost dogs, suspicious teenagers, or which brand of mulch was best for flower beds. My post read, "To whoever keyed a racial slur into my car yesterday morning, I hope it made you feel powerful. I moved here thinking I'd found community. Now I see I was just being tolerated, at best. If anyone has camera footage from the corner of Willow and Evergreen between Thursday night and Friday morning, please DM me. I won't let this slide." The post got 274 reactions in 2 hours. A flood of comments followed. "This is disgusting. I'm so sorry, Daniel. This is not who we are. Shame on whoever did this. Check with the Millers. They have Ring cameras pointed your way." But one comment stuck out like a sore thumb. "Probably fake. People do this to get attention now." Posted by True Patriot 77. I clicked the profile. No photo. No real name. but plenty of angry posts, anti immigrant rants, complaints about illegals, claims that diversity was ruining the town. And just like that, I had a lead. I'm not just a cybersecurity worker. I'm damn good at what I do. Using metadata from his past posts and some clever backend tracing, all legal by the way, I traced his activity to a specific IP address. It belonged to the house 3 doors down, the Gonzalez house. Except they weren't Latino. Just a coincidence in the name. Retired couple, white, quiet. Their grandson had been living with them temporarily. Jason. The same Jason who threw a beer can into my yard and called me amigo. I took my evidence, IP traces, screenshots, timestamps, and went to the HOA president, Linda Harper. Linda's the definition of well put together. Pearls, bob haircut, always smells like fresh lemon cleaner. She looked uncomfortable the second I brought it up. Daniel, I'm deeply sorry about what happened, but this isn't something the HOA typically investigates. This is a hate crime, I said. You know that, right? She blinked. I laid the screenshots on her counter. She looked them over and her hands trembled slightly. I'll escalate this, she said. That was Monday. By Wednesday, Jason was gone. Word spread that he'd been sent back to live with his mother in Ohio. No apology, no explanation, just gone. But here's the thing. That didn't fix it, because the word was still on my car. The silence still hung in the air. People stopped waving. Some avoided eye contact entirely. Others offered hollow smiles and said, "So sorry again about your car," then changed the subject. One man even said, "I hope this won't make you think less of the neighborhood." As if I was the problem. So I did what I never thought I would. I spoke publicly. A local blog picked up my Facebook post and asked if I'd do an interview. I said yes. I told them everything, how I'd saved for this home, believed in this neighborhood, and how one hateful act opened my eyes to the quiet racism people like me live with daily. The article went viral. Then came the emails from other Latinos, from Black families, from a South Asian couple 3 blocks over who'd found terrorist tracks scrawled in sidewalk chalk on their front walk 6 months earlier, but never said a word because they didn't want to cause trouble. They thanked me for speaking up. One even wrote, "Now I don't feel so alone." 2 months later, I started a local alliance, Maple Voices. We meet monthly, we share stories, we keep records. We're pushing for better HOA policies, neighborhood watch accountability, and actual consequences for racial harassment. We installed a shared community camera grid, funded through donations and managed by volunteers. Things feel different now. Not perfect, but honest. My car is fixed now. But I left a small piece of the scratch unpainted on the inside of the door panel, behind where the driver's seatbelt clips in. A reminder. Because I never want to forget how easily people smile in your face while hating your presence, or how quickly silence becomes complicity, or how being the quiet Latino guy won't protect you from bigotry. I'm Daniel Cruz, and I don't scare easy anymore.